Hey, speaking of wrestling really quick, I want to, since that's part of your whole getup, I want to share this with you. I used to really be into wrestling when I was.
I know. I could tell you were talking about. You mentioned USA and Saturday, Sunday night.
I was
Watching.
around those same years when I was 12, 13, 14, getting into heavy metal. I also
Nasty sad.
I had cable TV for the first time. Then before by the time I was 13, I finally had cable. Before that, it was like living in the country with a black and white TV that got maybe 4 or 5 channels with the rabbit ears. So with cable TV, all these channels and everything brought all these new doors. And I'll tell you, dude, I fucking would watch WWF wrestling, USA Network, and man,
Meet Gene Okerlund.
I loved him. Gene Okerlund. I sometimes go down rabbit holes on YouTube because, man, I would laugh so fucking hard. I still do to this day. The interviews Mean Gene would do were priceless. And when you get, Macho Man, who fucking was on another planet sometimes, dude, I just couldn't get enough of it. My guitar player, Matt Schlatka, lead guitarist of Broken Hope, does the fucking most perfect Macho Man impersonation ever. He makes me laugh so hard, tears just roll down my cheek. He fucking
made Mike Tyson laugh doing Macho Man.
But I'll tell you, and I was so into wrestling, professional wrestling at one point. Again, I'm like 12, 13. Going on 14, I would buy wrestling magazines at the bookstore in Stevens.
Yeah, you did.
And because they would have, I don't even know if they have them, what they're like, if they have them now, but they had guys like on the cover with fucking blood and shit. I'm like, wow, look at this shit, it was like that shit was brutal. But my favorite fucking wrestlers, I do love Macho Man. He's up there, just a unique character. There's kind of a hindsight thing too, like because I got away, I didn't follow wrestling or stick with it since I was young, but wrestlers who came along became big and then went away. Later, I kind of went back to discover what they were all about, and like the Ultimate Warrior I discovered later in life after the fact, and like I really got a kick out of watching him wrestle and do his interviews and stuff, but at the time, at that golden age, like when there's been different golden ages of wrestling, I guess, but
you're right. That was
early '80s, early to mid '80s.
Yes.
When I was watching it, dude, my favorite fucking wrestlers, dude, were the Road Warriors.
What a rush!
Yes.
Because they're so fucking brutal.
Those guys,
Best ever.
My favorite movie at the time at age 12, 13 was The Road Warrior, period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The fact that these guys were,
walking, living, breathing death machines.
Hey,
Jeremy, check it out real quick, not to cut you off, but
We snack on danger and we dine on death.
or the name is Hawk and
Animal,
right?
Precious Paul Ellering, dude. I met an Animal a couple years ago, and he let me put the pads on, and I fucking jizzed on myself.
That's awesome. And I was also when I was a teenager really into bodybuilding and shit, right? So not that I was a bodybuilder, I was skinny as a fucking pencil. And I didn't actually start really working out and hitting weights hard till later. But I knew I just knew all these nerd workout stuff, like the parts of the body that have muscles, and I was always like, you know, the Road Warriors, like their fucking traps and shit were like fucking
Dude, legendary.
Like these motherfuckers, like I don't know what kind of talk about, you know, juice podcast. I don't know what they're those fuckers were.
They were getting
something.
juiced.
I mean, I'm like these
Many meanings.
motherfuckers are ripped, like they're like shit like that, you know.
And they were legit, dude. They'd fuck you
They were
up.
legit. And then hang on, I'm trying to think of God damn it. There's all these other wrestlers I like.
Give me some hints of their likenesses.
All right, so this guy's still alive, and he always had kind of long dark hair. It was always wet.
Bret Hart.
Bret Hart, thank you, Bret.
Down.
And then like remember that manager type guy they had?
Jimmy Hart. Hey,
Jimmy
baby.
Hart.
What's up, baby?
Yeah, just that whole class, like fucking.
Yes.
Yeah.
I still
That
have
generation.
I still have a real fondness for that shit, man. Just
It's great.
I just wanted to share that with you, just because it's woven into your podcast and whatnot.
Or genus apparatus, if you will.
I'm trying to give you add some Jeremy Wagner somewhat legit wrestling history to what extent I have of it.
You just created
You nailed it,
brother. So.
So yeah,
Pro Wrestling Podcast.
I really
Our
love
theme
that.
song's a banger. Bang energy drink, whatever.
So with that, Justin, I hope you don't send Bruiser Bodie down to kick my ass and body slam me for any infractions that I may have done on your show.
Oh, no.
By no means.
Watch the entire episode now at jpdub.com or download wherever you get your podcast.